breathe underwater.
Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome back to the show, y'all. Look here. I told you we got to play, folks. You feel me? He done made this deal with the internal affair. We don't know everything that he said, but we got to assume that he's telling us everything, and we got to play our cards from there. You got to play the cards you get dealt, y'all. And this is the cards we've been dealt. But under no circumstances is he supposed to be working with internal affair. But that ship done sailed. So now we got to figure out what we going to do. What we gonna do with it? This is gonna be a hard thing, right? Because under no circumstances is he gonna remain the folks in the future. And then under no circumstances is he gonna be allowed to stay on this compound. Not right now as we see it. You feel that something gonna have to drastically change. And I don't know what could change because we gotta report this up the chain. We gotta let brother know all around the state. Folks working with that IA. That's just how it go, y'all. That's just how it go. So the call went out. My COS, he into that. He with all that. He makes the call all around the state. And he letting the high-ranking brothers know, the POAs know, but they got to keep it on lock. It's not to be spread amongst the organization. Not yet. Not yet, because the manipulation's at play. The manipulation's at play, y'all. I'm trying to tell you right. So here's what we did. I told folks and I said, look, what we got to do, we got to figure out and try to control the situation as best we can, because we don't need no opposition to find out that one of the folks is working with the police and then one of theirs get popped under some mysterious circumstances and it causes a situation where we got to go to war for this fool. You understand what I'm saying? So my number two, he said, man, well, Joe T, what we gonna do then? I said, man, we gotta throw somebody on the fire. Somebody gotta take one for the team, man. And we got to make him feel like he's discovering the information so he can give it up. We got to control this, man. We got to control this. You feel what I'm saying? So folks were like, man, ain't nobody finna do that. Ain't nobody finna take one for the team and get rolled up and for the selling no drugs when this dude is working with the police. Ain't nobody finna do that. So I'm sitting there thinking, man. I'm thinking. I said, so we got to really find somebody that's hustling. They ain't really getting no real money. They ain't got no plug. They just living off the land. We got to find somebody that'll be willing to take a charge. You feel what I'm saying? Play the game all the way out. So folks think he done really snitched on somebody. You feel what I'm saying? But really, he ain't snitched on nobody important. You understand what I'm saying? So they was like, man, it can't be none one of the folks though. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling for. I said, I know. I said, who you know that's doing anything, you know what I'm saying, that's a Crip, Blood, a Vice Lord, anything. I don't care if they're every nation. So they started throwing some names around here and there. I was like, nah, I need somebody, man, that we can trust, at least to a point, man, because we're going to have to lay out the plan to them. We don't want them saying nothing about this later on, man, because this is grimy. This real grimy, y'all. I'm telling you now. Man, so folks, man, I don't know nobody's going to do nothing like that, man, especially not for the cheap. Folks was like, man, we might well go on and just throw him to the wolves, man, because it's going to cost some money to get somebody to go in there and fall on that sword like that. And I'm like, man, in the penitentiary, man, dope run the flow. If we find the right person that's convincing enough to folks that he take that information back, and we make sure he take that information back, you understand what I'm saying? We're going to be straight. So we sat down, we talked. We can't come up with nobody solid enough that's going to keep their mouth shut. Yeah, we come up with some dudes, you know what I'm saying, that get high, but they going to run their mouth and then they going to probably try to use it against us later on and keep trying to come back and get something. We ain't got time for that. We just trying to get folks, which is turned into a snitch, up off the compound without doing any real damage that's going to cause us to have to go to war and to be embarrassed. He embarrassing the organization by doing this. Now, look, don't get it twisted. I know individuals do this. I know individuals be talking and working with the police, but this situation right here, when you know about it, you got to do something about it. You can't let a situation like this get out of hand because, look here, the op gonna label the whole org as rats. If they think we know this, they're going to label the whole organs with. You understand what I'm saying? So how this plays out, you remember when I said in the first episode where, well, in either the first or second episode where I was talking about, when the folks or any organization does something, it's you sending a message at the same time you putting on a show. You put it on the show. You're trying to make sure that people get the message that you're not to be played with. So we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something to make people believe that we ain't got nothing to do with this, which we don't. But we also going to have to make people understand that folks ain't straight at the same time. We got to do it. But we got to keep our hands clean because we don't want folks to turn on us. If he turn on them, okay, but we don't want him to turn on us for sure. Plus, we don't want a situation where he mess around and take somebody down that's influential. Because, hey, when people get to telling, they want to tell on somebody that's real important, probably a head of another organization or the plug, and they going to mess up the prison economy. Y'all know how I feel about the prison economy back in the day, right? So look, and if you don't, go check out one of my episodes when I talk about the prison economy. Just saying. So look here. So I thought about one of the Crips, right? I'm cool with. I'm talking about, look here. Cuz he get his money every now and then, but he like to smoke. So I pulled Cuz over. I said, hey Cuz, I need a favor. He said, what you need, Joe T? I got you. I said, look here, folks. I said, look here, Cuz. I said, listen to me. This is something, man, you can't talk about to nobody. He said, man, nah, it's between me and you, cuz. I said, look, it's serious, man. I'm trying to make him understand. I'm trying to find a way to bring it up to him. And he keep telling me, I got you. But I know once I say it, it's a chance that he gonna look at me like, you done lost your damn mind, Joe T. So we walking laps, right? And my number 2 with us, right? He ain't saying nothing. He walking, he got this little smirk on his face because he know it's finna go down. He know this is finna be one of them conversations where it's like, once I go all in, I'm gonna have to convince him. So I gotta be sure. So when we walking laps, I said, look, I need a favor. He said, man, I told you I got you, man. I mess with you, man. All the times you done helped me out. I said, remember that then in a minute, because what I'm finna say, you probably gonna get 5 miles with me, man. But I respect it. I said, man, I'm gonna need you to go to the hole for me. He said, go to the hole for you? He said, somebody owe you some money? I said, no, don't nobody owe me no money, man. I said, look. I said, man, you heard about folks them get caught with the phone, right? He was like, yeah, I heard about that. He said, man, I know one of them gonna take the charge, man, to cut the other loose. I said, man, you can't repeat what I'm finna say. He said, man, that's on lock. It's on lock, fool. I said, man, look here, man. Folks working with the IA, man. He said, what? And y'all letting them stay on the compound? And you gotta put in some work, Joe T, get rid of that fool. I said, listen to me, man. We trying to make sure this thing don't blow up in our face. Man, this fool done already talked to IA about giving somebody up, man, to get out of the write-up because he finna go up for parole. Now, everything I just told him, I ain't supposed to be telling no op that. But I crossed the line myself. Because we trying to figure this out, man. I'm telling you now, it gets grimy in here. That's why y'all talking about you about this life. You can't be about this life, man. Ain't no rules. Even with the rules, ain't no rules. So here we go, man. So Cuz said, man, so you want me to go to the hole? He was like, yeah. I said, all I need is this, man. I tried to simplify it for him. Folks gonna tell on somebody. I want him to tell on you. You ain't gonna get caught with no dope. But I'm gonna have him tell on you. We're gonna feed the information to him where he think he done learned something on his own, right? He gonna tell on you, they gonna lock you up. You don't plead guilty to nothing. You don't take the charge. You understand? But you gonna go to the hole for 7 days, right? And then that's gonna satisfy what he had to do for the IA. It's on them to catch you with something. Just don't have nothing. And then I'm gonna make sure you straight. I'm gonna make sure you're straight. You're gonna eat off my table. And you know how I eat. You're gonna eat off my table. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna want for nothing. And then after that, What I'm gonna need you to do is leak folks' name on the compound as a rat. I need you to do that. I can't do that. We can't do that. He said, then what? Once his name get leaked, then we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna take care of it. Cause we gotta act like we don't know what's really going on. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta make sure he knows we got his back. So cuz looking at me, he said, man, Joe T, man, anything else, man, I'll do it, man. He said, man, I gotta think about that though, man. I said, man, I'm gonna make it sweet for you. He said, how sweet you gonna make it? And you remember when I said a few minutes ago that dope move run the floor in the penitentiary? It run the floor in the penitentiary. I said, what you want, weed or cocaine? He said, both. I said, man, you can't get both, man. But I'm playing with him, right? I just want to get him to talk. He said, Joe T, I need to get both, man. I got to have both. You know how I get down. Tutti frutti, man. I said, for real? You going to do me like that? I'm your guy. You going to do me like that? He said, man, look here. You give me both, man. I got you, man. Give me both. I got you. I'll go on to the whole lean back, man. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to holler at you in the morning, right? I got you. He said, you better make it good, man. Don't play no game. And then after I get out of the hole, man, you still got to, you said I eat off your table. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, you get you some money. He said, man, whatever I do, man, I'm eating off your table, right? And that let me know right then and there I got to watch him. Because he might try to slick charge me. That's just how I go in here. But right now, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. So now, my number two, he pulled the COS. He tell the COS everything worked out. He said, now we got to figure out a way to get Cuz's name in the folks' ear. So he'll have something to say. So COS said, no, I got that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm finna have a meeting up on the ball field. And when we have this deuce, that's what we call it. We have this deuce up on the ball field. He said, I'm going to be talking about Cuz. You feel what I'm saying? Cuz got that plug, this, and that, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I said, he going to take the bait. Oh, yeah, he going to take the bait. He going to take the bait. So the COS, he called the deuce. They all up on the ball field. He laying it out. He talking about Cuz doing this, Cuz doing that. And we got to holler at Cuz and make sure that everything's straight, man, this, and that. And then, but COS, he looking at folks out the corner of his eye. He see it. You know how somebody done took the hook? He got it. All in his mouth. Got it. A couple days later, I bumped down on Cuz. They lock him up. Everything worked out. He's in the hole. He stay in the hole 7 days pending investigation. When you're under investigation, it takes 7 days, right? They don't find nothing, you get back out without a write-up. They didn't find nothing, so they let him out of the hole. But that did get the write-up dismissed by folks. Dismissed on both of them. Ain't nothing. Write-up gone. Because they feel like now, even though they didn't get nothing, they feel like they got somebody inside the folks' organization that'll work with them. See, they win either way. See, these folks here, they play the long game. They didn't get nothing, but they think they know who is one of the primary players on the compound. Plus, they think they got a snitch inside the gangster organization. They win. They win. So here's the thing. When Cuz get out of the hole, he talking to his brothers. He playing it up. He ain't telling them about me and him, the plot we got. He playing it up. He said, man, folks snitched on me now. Folks snitched on me. And he painted a good picture of why it had to be folk. And Cuz now, they take it, they stamp it. So the OG, he stepped to me, he said, Joe T, I need to rap with you. I said, what's up, Cuz? What's cracking? So we hit him up. We standing behind the bleachers. He said, man, look here, man. One of your guys, man, rap, man. I'm just letting you know. You feel me? I know y'all take care of your own wax. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know. I said, where you get that from? He said, man, Cuz just got out of the hole, man. He said he found out, man, one of the officers back there let him know who it was that told him and got him locked up. I said, for real? He was like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, Joe T, you know I got you, baby. I leaned back, look at the tickets, I leaned back on the bleachers. I said, man, you know what though, Cuz? Man, they threw out them write-ups. That write-up they had on them, they threw that out, man. I said, I was wondering why they threw that write-up out. So Cuz looked at me, see what I'm talking about right there? See what I'm saying? That nigga rap, man. He a rap, man. I said, man, you right. I think you right. He said, man, he got to go, Joe T. You know how this is. He got to go, man. He messing with that money, man. I said, yeah, he finna go. I said, man, look here, appreciate you, cuz. He said, man, you know I got you, baby. And then he mobbed on off, right? He mobbed on off. So I called my number 2 over and I called my COS over. I said, look here, it's in effect. He said, man, everything work. I said, it's smooth like butter, man. Smooth like butter. So now I tell him, I said, look, what you gonna have to do is now you're gonna have to stir folks and them up. You have to stir them up, man. Get them stirred up because we don't need him turning against us. And let me explain something to you when I say turning against us. Let me explain something to you. Yes, I'm concerned about him turning against the whole organization, everybody on the compound. But more importantly, I'm concerned about him turning against those of us that are POAs that's got that work. You understand what I'm saying? We trying to protect our bread. That's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And we feeding a lot of people. A lot of people eating off our plate. So we gotta make sure he don't turn against us. Now, if some other brothers within the organization get at him, we'll come to the rescue and sort that out. But in the meantime, in between time, guess what? Police gonna snatch him off the compound. And once they snatch him off the compound, ain't no coming back. So some of the younger brothers, they starting to hear it, right? Because folks done stirred the pot. He done stirred the pot and done told them, man, folks ain't straight. You don't say nothing about it, though. Folks ain't straight. Now, you know when you tell a young brother don't say nothing about it, he gonna say something about it. And that's what happened. Running his mouth. Man, folks, still, ooh, this and that. He got to go. You know what I'm saying? Eh? We ain't having nothing like that. We ain't having nothing like that. And then, you know, folks from a small country town, too. Hey, look here. One thing they saying, we ain't getting them country boy nothing. So now, they at him. I'm talking about they at him. And then folks come to him. He said, man, bro, man, what's going on, man? Folks them talking about I'm Smith. I said, man, ain't nobody said nothing like that to us. I said, for real? I said, who was it? He tell us who it was immediately, right? I tell the COS, man, go take care of that, man. We ain't finna have all that, man. I said, man, you ain't been running your mouth, hey? He was like, nah. I said, you done already done that for IA? He was like, yeah, I took care of that. I said, who was it? He said, man, it was Cuz, man. I said, so, okay. I said, so you did it. He was like, yeah, I did it, man. I said, man, you know, you got to live with what come with that too now, right? He was like, yeah. I said, but look, we ain't got nothing to say about it. You keep your mouth shut, we keep our mouth shut. You understand? He was like, yeah, I feel you, Joe T. Appreciate that too, man. Man, that's what's up. Then when he hit me with GD that, right, I ain't even respond to him. Right? Then he tried to hit me up. I ain't even hit him up. I just looked at him. I said, man, that's what's up. That's what's up, right? And he felt it. He knew what it was, right? So then he go back to the unit. He done moved out. He in another unit now, right? He done moved. He go back to the unit. Them young dudes, them young folks up in there, they jumping. No, they gonna get in trouble, but they jump him anyway. Now the police get them and they lock them all up. And now they all in the back. And then here we go. Internal affairs pulling the POAs to the side. What's going on? This and that and that and this and that and this and that and this. Then my COS, he tell them, man, ain't nothing going on, man. But the IA know that folks is one of theirs now. So they let all the other brothers out. They keep him in there trying to be sure he gonna be safe. And he in the back now. They trying to find somewhere for him to go. We walking past, right? And when you walk and go in the chow, right? He can yell out the hole. It's the hole. It was right up on the same end as the chow hall at this time. So he yelling, Joe T, man, what's going on? Oh, what's going on, folks? And then I'll be, bro, I don't even know, man, what they saying, what they got going on, what they doing to you. And then he's like, man, I don't know, man. They talking about they gonna ship. I said, ship you where? Man, they ain't got no business shipping you, folks. He said, yeah, man, they said they gonna ship me, man. I said, man, look here, man. I got your info. If they ship you, man, I'm gonna make sure everything's straight, though, folks. I'm gonna make sure everything's straight. He said, man, GD that, folks, GD straight. I said, yeah, okay, then. And kept walking. A week later, they shipped him. When he got to the other compound, they bombed on him immediately. Ain't nothing on you, boy. Ain't nothing on you, boy. Nothing. Ain't nothing on you. Better not hear nothing out your mouth about GD, nothing. Never again. Period, point blank. Nothing. That's how the game go, y'all. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
I've been trying to breathe underwater.